Hey, thanks for stopping by Mystic Messages. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Hope everyone is doing great. Please keep in mind these messages are timeless and will be received in divine timing for those who need to hear them. As always, if they don't apply, let them fly. You're always welcome to come back for the next one, but I encourage you to stick around because there might be a piece of information in here that might be useful to you. Okay, that being said, let's begin. Today's message is from Source. Okay, what I'm feeling right now is there's many people out there who are overthinking. Your mind is racing. Source wants you to know and understand these thoughts are not your own. These negative thoughts that are now entering, especially for those who are currently ascending or just embarking on this journey, wherever you are in your timeline, these thoughts are negative thought patterns from the past that tell you you're not good enough, you'll never make it, things never work out for you. This is all a ruse devised by the Matrix and the dark forces out there. Okay, these voices are intentionally implanted in our brains, especially when we're trying to elevate ourselves outside of the Matrix. When we're trying to get into the 5D to leave this 3D existence behind. These voices will only intensify the further you go down your path on this journey. Okay, and they're meant to discourage. They're intentional. You have to remember this. These are all tactics being used by the darker realms to keep us stuck. But there's good news. We got a choice. We can choose not to listen to those voices and silence them. Anytime a negative thought comes in your head, burn it out of your mind. Okay. Any past connection. Okay. A lot of you out there, there's some past connections. Either an ex friend, family members, co-workers that no longer serve for your highest good, and they're trying to re-enter your life. Source wants you to understand you have a choice, but you have a decision to make. You can choose to go back to the old way of doing things, or you can continue on your path for the new. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. There's no judgment here. There's no judgment for myself or Source. And a lot of times I really want to clarify when I get stern about something. When Source is channeling something through me, and I become stern, it's only for everyone's highest good. I don't have any bad intention behind it. I'm not trying to force anyone to do anything. You know, and everything I say comes with the utmost of love for those who are willing to hear it. And sometimes things that I have to say might not be pretty, but they're necessary. They're necessary for those out there who need to hear them for this planet to raise the vibration of this planet. You know, and by working together, we can get that done by gathering a support system. That's why it's so important for us, okay? Whether you be a star seed, a chosen one, a light worker, however you resonate, okay? You have to find your soul tribe, okay? And not just for yourself and myself included. I'm on this path with you. We have to follow our path, but we need to be in the company of people who resonate with us. Unfortunately, a lot of people from our past no longer resonate with where we're going, and they're not meant to, unfortunately. We can try to show them the way, but a lot of times it's better to lead through example, you know. But I do feel that there's many of you out there that are on the verge of your breakthrough, and I know it's tough. I know this is a rough road. It's hard to wait, to believe, to have trust, to have faith. But this is all a purposeful design, okay, created by the divine. It teaches us strength and resilience. It teaches us to rely on something higher than ourselves, you know, whether that be a higher power, whether that be your own higher self, your future self, whoever that is for you, whoever you resonate with, you know, it's all designed to guide us on our path. And like a good parent, okay, sometimes our higher selves or the divine realms has to, create situations that might not be so pleasant to, in order to teach us a lesson, you know. And it's up to us whether we choose to learn that lesson or not, because divine law, nothing is to be forced. This is all about choice. We have choices to make. Personally, I've been here. My soul has been here. countless times since I was young, I remember saying, "This is my last trip around here because this is not the place that I want to exist in. This is not my reality, you know." But nonetheless, I'm here with a job to do, and I'm staying focused on that, and I'm going to continue to move forward regardless of anything that is trying to block my path. And that is the courage and that I'd like to instill in each and every one of you, because I know that you have the ability to do this. If I can do this, you can do this. Okay? You just need not to be afraid. And I understand fear. Anxiety is a killer. It'll trap you, you know. But that's what the darker forces want. They want to keep us enslaved, you know. And until everybody starts to realize that, you know, we can't get on a better path, but it's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to take all of us, myself included, and whoever I'm speaking to. It's time to start making your move, you know. Source has been nudging and nudging and nudging, and you're just not making the move, you know. And again, it's up to you. But what is it that you truly want? What are you desiring? Maybe take some time. What I could suggest is maybe to meditate. Take some time. Think about your life's direction, where you want it to go. How do you see yourself 5 years from now? Where do you want this world to be 5 years from now? Do you want it to be on the path of destruction, where it's headed, but the necessary destruction, because we have to demolish the old to create the new? Things are not going to get easier. This is why it's important for everyone to understand what's happening, so that way we can make it through this and not remain trapped in the old matrix on a never ending recycle of reincarnation. Because that sucks, you know. Personally, I don't want to be reincarnated again, so I'm trying to do my damnedest to get out of here this time. And once I go, I have no plans on returning to this planet, because I know there's so much better out there, so much better than this existence. Everything on our existence right now is nothing but material based nonsense. That means absolutely nothing, because it's finite. The top 1% with their greed have destroyed this country over money. That's sad. Has destroyed our country and many countries as well, not just the United States, but other countries as well. You know, we're on a downward trajectory. That is being, enforced by the dark forces, keeping people asleep. That's why they don't want you to be woke. What do you think that's all about? Woke. It means being awake, you know? So think about that. Think about that when you're the next time you're in a situation, okay? That's unpleasant. Someone is trying to agitate you, okay? Intentionally. That could be a family member or a friend who knows how to push your buttons. Those who are awake understand that these are vessels being used by dark forces, because they're unfortunately on a lower vibration frequency in the 3D. So they're easily used by the dark to intimidate people like ourselves, people who are on this path. But you can fight it. We're stronger than that. And we combat it with love. That's the key. Retaliation is not the answer. Love. Love, understanding, and educating yourself, and moving forward continuously, regardless of how crazy this might all seem to you. And believe me, it seemed nuts to me too. Sometimes I still get those thoughts. But I realize I've seen so many things now that have confirmed that I'm on the correct path. Certain things that have happened that were foretold to me. And so that settled my fear, my anxiety. And if I could pass that on to someone else out there uh, today, even one person, I did my job. You know, that's all that matters. From one person to another. And, if one person gets the message, that's cool. Because not everyone's going to get these messages. Not everyone is ready to receive these messages, because they force us to confront things that we don't want to look at within ourselves. So, again, we have a choice to either remain on our path and move forward, or we have a choice to remain in the 3D and continue listening to the voices that are intended to keep us down. And so we're going to leave it at that today. I want to thank everyone for being here. Thank everyone for their comments. Unfortunately, I don't see the comments that are coming in. I don't know what the situation is. Maybe they're not supposed to come in, but I do appreciate whatever comment is being left by whoever. And, all of you are important, so it doesn't matter. And everybody has something important to say. If you do have a question, always, feel free to contact me and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Again, I want to thank everyone for being here again. And I'm going to wish you a great day, great evening, wherever you are. Take care.